once again, respected to most venerable teachers, and good morning, everyone. Today, I'm responsible for the topic good government and bad government as a presentation to complete the course DEV605 Development in the Third World. And my presentation is a chapter summary from the book Political Order and Political Decay from the Industrial Revolution to the Globalization of Democracy. The book is also by Francis Fukuyama. And this is the table content that I'm going to present about. First one is route to modern government, including the Prussian or German development part, the American part, and the Great Southern Italian part. Another one is about the corruption and the middle class, repatrimonializations, and give a chance. So let's begin with some notice about the good government and bad government. Before the introduction, the chapter in the book emphasize about some developed country government are more effective than other. It is because of the political reform happen. It's about the modernization as well. So my presentation will be present about this, and it also links to the presentation at the previous one as well that emphasize about the patrimonial state. This is the form and theory provided by Mark Weber. We call it as the patrimonial state. That is a form of woman to govern the country or any organization. This is the terminology to know about the specific key term of the chapter, including patrimonial state, refer to the traditional state system where ruler staff government position with families and friends, favoring elite clientele, threat citizen impersonally only sparingly. And the clientelism, I think it's the key term that the presenter have mentioned at the moment as well. And the modern state and state building, I think it is a simple one, so I move to another slide. Here is the Mark Weber bureaucracy. I think it is the form or the structure to govern the state, but it is not only for the state. It refers to the governance that the leaders and its colleagues how to cooperate with each other, and they divide it in different form and different level, including the division of labor that have containing the job broken down into simple routines and well defined tasks. Another one is about the authority hierarchy. It is the number or the position to govern the state or organization. The formal selection specializing the people selected for job based on their technical qualification. Formal rules and regulation is a system of written rules and standard opening procedure. Impersonality is about the uniform application of rules and control. And another one is the career orientation, specializing to the manager, career professional, not owner of the unit they manage. And this bureaucracy, it also reflects to the pro and con or advantage and disadvantage. But I noticed that based on my research, advantages is outweigh the disadvantage. They talk about the bureaucracy, the organization and the country that have bureaucracy provide many benefits of bureaucracy, including the rules and procedure are decided for every work. It leads to consistency in employee behavior. Another one is about the duties and responsibilities of each job are clearly defined. There's no question of overlapping or conflicting job duty in the organization as well as in the government position as well. And it also provide other benefits about the formal selection. It emphasize about the selection process and promotion procedure are based on the merits and expertise. But it also happen at the same time about the con or disadvantage as well. Based on my research, they reveal about the system suffer from too much of read, type and paperwork. And another one is about the employee become so used to the system, they resist to any change and introductions of new technique of operation. And the evaluation of this bureaucracy from Max Weber, it will be performed in those enterprise where change is not anticipated. And the problem in the bureaucracy is the organization have been considered one superior than ad hoc or temporary structure. This is the evaluations and the pro and con of this bureaucracy. So allow me to move to another slide. It's about the route to modern government. I think this is mainly specializing to the two key main factors that I provide into the slide. So it's about the first one is about come by way of military competition. It is the route that are driven by the imperatives of national survival through the prolonged struggle with the neighbor. For example, in ancient time, including the ancient China, Prussian in Japan, in this chapters also mention about this military competition, the need to create efficient army and secure resource for the adoption. And another one is about the route to state modernization. It was complied through a process of peaceful political reform. I think the stabilities in political will be provide many strong opportunity to make a state more developed as a modernization as well. And it is based on the formation of the coalition of social group. That means the combination of the diverse society in the group are together and interested in having an efficient or uncorrupt government that relevant to the previous chapter that the speaker have been mentioned about the corruption. Here's the figure 8 that connected to the first one that talk about the Prussian or German development part. The first number it mentioned about the state building. The second one is the rules of law, and the state building also separate and links to the economic growth, and economic growth links to the social mobilizations and accountability. This is characterized by state building occurring first driven by military necessity rather than economic development. For the specific point of this figure is about the state building containing the driven by national survival and military competition. and the outcome of this figure is about the Prussian or German development path, begin building a strong state under absolutist government. And the relevant point is about the interaction. State building has a positive impact on the rules of law, as the bureaucracy governs through established law. And this is also mentioned about the economic growth, specializing on the mid-19th century take-off. And the accountability is about the democratic accountability, containing to the indicated by the dotted line, ultimately contributing to the involvement in World War I and undermining the Weber democracy. And as an outcome of this figure in the chapter, is revealed about a fully institutionalized liberal democracies and accountability, with the birth of the Federal Republic of Germany in 1949. Another one is still in the route to modern government as well, but different figure. It specialized into figure 9, refer to the United States took a very different path toward political modernization, and it is also provide us to understand about the United States inherited from the Britain as a strong rules of law in reform of the common law, an institution that was in place through the colony well before the advent of democracy. Like ancient time, the Britain was also a big country that influenced and dominant many areas in the region and the global as well. And this the figure 9 is talk about the American specializing to the United States part as well. That's similar to the first one as well, but they prioritize on the rules of law as the first one, and second one is accountability, but connected from the social mobilization. And this figure 9, the main point is about the rules of law that the United States inherited from the Britain through the common law tradition. Like you can understand about the word tradition and the legal framework from the region to another region. They comply different with each other. Like in Cambodia, we comply the civil law, and in the United States, they comply the common law tradition that inherited by the Britain. And this figure show about the sequence is about the strong rules of law, protected property right, laying the basic for rapid economic development in the 19th century. So it was a long time ago as well. And the key interaction of the figure is about clearly introduction of universal why male suffrage or specializing accountability that have a decidedly negative impact on state building by making clientelism persuasive, indicated by the dot line. So it also the state building are relevant and connected with clientelism. I think it is also similar to the previous chapter because they provide the number order and the number order of the table of content to understand like the corruptions and the clientelism between the state actor and non-state actor. And the economic growth in this figure led to social mobilization, specialized in the new social group Then they form a reform coalition, like the progression of the movement. And as the outcome of this American part, the United States has to build a strong state within the context of an already democratic system, a slow and incremental process that extends from the 1880 through the 1930. Here is the route to modern government, but specializing to the figure 10 is about the Greek or and southern Italy part. Its entry point for development was either neither state building and economic growth. The figure is characterized by the early democratization and social mobilization that happened before the state capacity, and it leads to extend clientelism and constrain economic development. And the figure of this great system in Italy is also similar to the American part as well, but they different is about the priority number, like social mobilization in the Greek and Southern Italian is the priority as the number one, and link it to the accountability as the number two, and state building connecting to the rules of law and economic as the number four, and following by the rules of law, and as this cycle structure from number one to number four and number four to number one. And the key point of this figure is show about the social mobilization or the modernization without development and early democratization. As the sequence of this figure, specializing to the Greek and Southern Italian, is about the weakness of the capitalist economy and lack of opportunity made the state an immediate object of capture by elite group and later by mass political party as democracy depend. The latter by mass political parties specialized into the extremely impact on the political party as democracy. And the interaction of this figure is about the extensive clientelism, weakened state capacity. And the weakened state capacity further constrain prospect for economic growth indicated by the dot line. Like you can notice about the figure 8, 9, and 10. And the outcome of this figure in the chapter mentioned about the wealthy and modern society, specializing to the Greece and Italy, continue to be plagued by clientelism and socio-economic modernization. That does not mean that sufficient by itself to create modern government. So it's simply as a weak ones as well if we compare to another figure like figure 8 and 9. Here's the corruptions and middle class. It similar to the previous speaker. The corruptions and the middle class in these chapters, they mainly specialize into the three key main points, including the qualities of economic growth. It means that in Britain and the US, industrialization create new occupational groups and social relationships. But in Greece and Southern Italy, urbanizations often involve the rural population that moving to the city, and rural habits and ways of life in preserve a clientelistic form of social organization where individual pays off matter more than policy. And another key main point is the second one. There is no guarantee that a member of the middle class will support an anti-clientelistic reform coalition. It may not reform as a social group interested. It mentioned about the United States the United States, but not all of the new social actors produced by this industrialization sign up with the progress movement. And the last one of these corruptions and middle class is about the cultural factor. I think it explains the difference in outcome between the Germany, Britain, and Americas on the one hand, and the Greece and Italy on the other. Like you noticed my presentation is the differences as a strong one and the weakness one between the figure 8, figure 9, and the last one is figure 10. Oh, another one is about the repatrimonialization. Repatrimonialization. They talk and mention about the before American, Britain or German get to certify about their own political system. But in contrast, it is important to note that the problem of the patrimonialism is never finally solved in any political system. And this patrimonialization, the author emphasized that the progressive era reform in the United States eliminated one particular form of clientelism, the abilities of the political party to secure support through the distributions of jobs in the bureaucracy at the federal, state, and local level. It's specializing particularly in the United States because of the system to govern the state that have the federal, state, and local level. I think you can make a notice and understand it compared to in Cambodia. And the bureaucracy, it form similarly, although it's different, the system to govern the state, but the structure to govern the state, I think it's similar with each other, not only in the strong state but also the weak state as well. And however, and the practice of distributing other kinds of favor, such as the subsidy, tax break, and other benefits to political supporters. Another one is about the give a chance. It is the question in this chapter. When we talk about the word, it specializes into the use of force as the military competition as well. And it also an important driver of the state modernization, because the more the stronger military they have, they will receive or get the more opportunity to make the state modernization or to modern the state capacity, because of the military power will be impacts to another sectors and a key element of the state, like they have an opportunity to build their company capacity to make challenges with the foreign company, and they have the powers to mobilize and persuade with other country to follow up with them. And the another one, through the observation have important implication for the present. In a half series, military analyst Mr. Edward Ludwig suggests that the international community needs to give a chance in weak state zone like sub-Saharan Africa. And the final reason, that is why, because of the deliberate efforts to sequence the introduction of political institution is a problematic is also a moral or normative one. And for better or worse, after that, most contemporary developing countries do not have a realistic option of sequencing like the United States has to build a strong state in the context of democratic political system. And another one is about the comparative development part. It's a timelines and key feature. I think it compared to the different figure, including figure 8, figure 9, and figure 10. Like you notice that Brazilian German from the starting point categorized by the state building driven by military necessity, while American part is the rules of law proceed state building, followed by the Greek and Southern Italy part. It's about social mobilization and early democratization. And the key dynamic and outcome challenges you can understand and read and notice about the different column from figure 8 and figure 10. And another point is about the comparative case overview. The country and region is about the process in German in neutral condition, specializing to the Prussian and German. It's about the patrimonial and military threat driven. And the Britain is about the patrimonial but early industrialization. The United States in the neutral condition is early democracy, patrimonial. The Greek in Southern in Italy categorized in the natural condition, early democratization, and the weak economy, like I mentioned at the moment, between the figure 8, 9, and 10. The 10 is a weak curve one. And Japan is a patrimonial military competition, followed by the Singapore, categorized in colonial, inheritance, authoritarian. And it's a summary. This chapter talk about good and bad government in developed country, contrasting with nation plagued by clientelism and corruption, and mainly specializing to the route to modern government that have the specific two main pathway to modernization. Is about the military competition and peaceful political reform supported by socio-economic coalition. And the conclusion, the chapter is study of the dynamic between government modernization and corruption show that the tradition from patrimonial to modern state is neither straightforward nor uniform. And it also talk about the successful government require and needed a multifaceted approach that acknowledge the complexity or the diverse key challenges of social and dynamic within the country. And the last one is about the understanding that very pathway or different pathways to modern governance is a crucial tool for formulating as effective strategy that promote accountability, reduce corruption, and foster trust in governmental institutions globally. So my presentation come to an end. Thank you so much, professors and everyone.
គណៈកូនចាស់ចឹងពីបទបង្ហាញហ្នឹងគឺបានគុំចូលគ្នាទៅគឺជានឹងជាទិន្នន័យលម្អិតព័ត៌មានល្អិតដែលតកតូននឹងការកសាងរដ្ឋទំនើបហើយនឹងឧបសគ្គនៃការកសាងរដ្ឋទំនើបសម្រាប់ Francis Fukuyama វាមានសសរស្តម្ភ3 three pillars of state building modern state building វាមាន3មុំគឺមុំសង្គមយើងហៅមុំ social មានមុំសេដ្ឋកិច្ច economic និងមុំចុងក្រោយគឺមុំនយោបាយនៅក្នុងមុំនយោបាយវាមាន3ណាវាមាន state វាមាន rule of law និងវាមាន democratic accountability អញ្ចឹង3គុំយកនេះនឹងហៅមុំនយោបាយ political pillar ដល់ពេលមុំសង្គមនៅក្នុងបញ្ញត្តិរបស់ Francis Fukuyama គឺតកតង social mobilization ហ្នឹង វាកើតឡើងដោយសារតែអាចថាវាមកពីកម្លាំងសេដ្ឋកិច្ចឬក៏ការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរនៃនយោបាយការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរនៃបច្ចេកវិទ្យាសកលពិភពនៃកម្មអញ្ចឹងសកលពិភពនៃកម្មផ្ដោតទៅលើការប្រែប្រួលនៃបច្ចេកវិទ្យាការប្រែប្រួលនៃការងារការប្រែប្រួលទីផ្សារលក្ខណៈហ្នឹងវាបង្កើតបានជាចលនាសង្គមថ្មីដែលប្រែប្រួលពីចលនាសង្គមចាស់ហើយនៅប្រទេសខ្លះគឺអាចថាកម្លាំងសេដ្ឋកិច្ចនឹងវាខ្លាំងវាធ្វើឲ្យមាន software mobilization អញ្ចឹងវាអាច3មុំនោះវាអាចមួយនៅកើតមុនដូចបទបង្ហាញរបស់គុណចាស់នៅអាឡម៉ង់នៅជំនាន់ចក្រភព Prussian ហ្នឹងគឺ state building មានមុនបានថារដ្ឋខ្លាំងមុនហើយតាមរយៈយោធាអញ្ចឹងមានថានៅពេលពុទ្ធិហាននិងប្រគល់ជែងគ្នាខ្លាំងវាកើតបានជារដ្ឋមួយដែលផ្ដោតសំខាន់លើវិន័យផ្ដោតសំខាន់លើច្បាប់យោធាខ្លាំងកើតបានជារដ្ឋមួយខ្លាំងហើយបានវារុញទៅមុំផ្សេងកើតឡើងនៅប្រទេសមួយចំនួនគឺសេដ្ឋកិច្ចខ្លាំងរុញឲ្យមានចលនាសង្គមផ្គុំគ្នាដាក់សម្ពាធទៅលើរដ្ឋធ្វើកំណែតម្ដងអញ្ចឹងវាអាចខុសគ្នាមុំ3ហ្នឹងគឺវាប្រពេញគ្នាវិញមកក្នុងន័យថាអាចមុំសង្គមកើតមុនឬក៏មុំសេដ្ឋកិច្ចកើតមុនឬក៏មុំរដ្ឋកើតមុនអញ្ចឹងណាអញ្ចឹងឧបសគ្គរបស់វាគឺតាក់ទងទៅនឹងរឿងអំពើពុករលួយនៅក្នុងរូបភាពជា patronage ដល់ពេលបញ្ញត្តិតាក់ទងនឹង patrimonial rule ការគ្រប់គ្រងបែបអ្នកខ្លះយើងបកថាជាការគ្រប់គ្រងបែបសក្តិភូមិឬក៏គេហៅការគ្រប់គ្រងបាទបែបសន្តិវង្សតពុជពង patrimonial ហ្នឹងគឺជាសំដៅទៅលើការគ្រប់គ្រងរដ្ឋបែបនឹងតពុជពងរាជវង្សអញ្ចឹងទៅណាប៉ុន្តែដល់ពេលវាវិវត្តមកក្រោយគឺជាការ neo patrimonial rule ហ្នឹងគឺសង្គមទំនើបយើងជួបប្រទះរឿងហ្នឹងតាក់ទងនឹងអ្នកកាន់អំណាចហ្នឹងផ្ទេរមរតកទៅឲ្យកូនផ្ទេរមរតកទៅឲ្យគ្រួសារផ្ទេរមរតកទៅឲ្យខ្សែស្រឡាយអញ្ចឹងបាទហ្នឹងគេហៅជាប្រភេទ neo patrimonial ហើយរូបភាពនៃ neo patrimonial មានរូបភាពបោះឆ្នោតអីធម្មតាមាន political party មាន election មាន civil society ណាមានអីទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងប៉ុន្តែគាត់ថាអ្នកដែលក្តោបអំណាចហ្នឹងគឺគាត់ក្តោបប្រព័ន្ធយន្តការនៃអំណាចរដ្ឋហ្នឹងឯងអញ្ចឹងយន្តការនៃការបោះឆ្នោតក៏ក្តោបយន្តការនៃចំនួនសាជីវកម្មក៏ក្តោបបង្កើតបានជាគេហៅ winning coalition សម្ព័ន្ធភាពឈ្នះហ្នឹងគឺសំដៅទៅលើអ្នកកាន់អំណាចបង្កើតជាខ្សែបណ្ដាញបព្វពួកបង្កើតជាសាជីវកម្មសេដ្ឋកិច្ចទាំងយោធាទាំងតារាចម្រៀងទាំងសិល្បករទាំងអង្គការទាំងសទ្ធិទាំងសកលវិទ្យាល័យលក្ខណៈគុំចូលនេះបង្កើតបានជា winning coalition មួយគឺពួកនោះក្តោបសេដ្ឋកិច្ចរបស់ប្រទេសហ្នឹងហើយមានមេដឹកនាំម្នាក់ជាអ្នកកតាណាយើងហៅជាអធិរាជនៃកតាហ្នឹងហៅជាបែបចក្រដេភូមិហ្នឹងឯងអញ្ចឹងរូបភាពវាកើតឡើងនៅក្នុងប្រទេសជាច្រើននៅក្នុងពិភពលោកតែយើងមើលអត់ឃើញថាវាមិនជារូបភាពបែបពេញនេះប៉ុន្តែវាជាការវិវត្តទៅការផ្ទេរអំណាចតពងអញ្ចឹងតែគ្រាន់តែថាមានការបោះឆ្នោតអញ្ចឹងគ្រាន់តែការបោះឆ្នោតវាអត់សេរីត្រឹមត្រូវយុត្តិធម៌ទៅតាមស្តង់ដារអន្តរជាតិហ្នឹងទៅហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងរូបភាពនៅក្នុងមេរៀនហ្នឹងវាអញ្ចឹងហើយវានឹងរុញឲ្យមានកំណែតម្រង់នៅក្នុងលក្ខខណ្ឌអីខ្លះអញ្ចឹងណាហើយកណ្ដាលខ្ញុំគិតថាសភៅរបស់អ្នកប្រាជ្ញទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងគុំយកនេះបង្កើតបានជាទឹកឃុំមួយថ្មីមួយគ្នាយើងណាដែលអាចរកឃើញគេហៅថារូបមន្តថ្មីមួយដែលចេញពីសភៅរបស់អ្នកប្រាជ្ញទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងហើយអាចចេញជាបាទទឹកឃុំមួយថ្មីមកហ្នឹងហើយដើម្បីអាចទៅព្យាបាលជំងឺសង្គមរបស់យើងបានហើយជាគោលដៅនៅក្នុងមេរៀនថាយើងយល់ពីឱសថរបស់នៅក្នុងសភៅនីមួយហើយកន្លែងណាដែលយើងអាចយកមកអនុវត្តបានកន្លែងណាយើងអាចបានយើងคลิปចេញហ្នឹងហើយសង្ឃឹមថានឹងអាចជាពុទ្ធិសម្រាប់គុណចាស់ហើយនឹងគ្នាយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាមិនថាយើងនៅធ្វើការងាររាជការយើងធ្វើការនៅក្រុមហ៊ុនឯកជនឬយើងទៅទូនទីណាទេគោលដៅគឺដើម្បីអភិវឌ្ឍជាតិមួយហ្នឹងហើយអញ្ចឹងសង្ឃឹមថាគ្នាយើងទៅរកអត្ថពុទ្ធិហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងកណាអរគុណអរគុណអញ្ចឹងមានទុកពេលឲ្យគ្នាយើងមានជាសំណួរឬក៏មានជាចម្ងល់អីសូមជើញ